We're going to say good morning to East Hampton Village Mayor Rick Lawler and Deputy Mayor Barbara Borsak and find out what's happening in the village. Mr. Mayor, how are you, Rick?
Good. Good morning. How are you, Gary? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're quite welcome, Barbara. How are you today?
Good morning. Great. Thank you. Great day out there.
Yeah, it is nice and comfortable. A little too cool for spring just yet.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. But hopefully, I don't know, at least one day in this weekend, I guess, is going to be nice. But then is it rain for Saturday?
I think Saturday's the lesser of the good weather days, and then kind of cool on Sunday, and then Memorial Day Monday, the way it looks right now. So.
All right. Well, that's good. I heard you speaking with Jay Schneiderman earlier, and we can concur that the numbers have been pretty steady. So I think things are starting to look up for us, and we'll see how that goes. As you spoke earlier, we just have two metrics left. Basically, the contact tracing is a matter of just getting enough of people to do the work, and I think that's been accomplished. And from what I'm hearing, they're training them this week, and they should start very soon actually making the call. So that will get us past that metric. And then just the one that you were speaking about earlier about hospital, and again, we're not too far from that metric. So things are looking very good. And so with that in mind, we've been discussing with our business owners how we can help them get back on track when they're able to open. So we've been discussing things like possibly having pickup and delivery sites along Newtown Lane and Main Street, where of course the stores will be allowed with one employee to fill orders that have been placed online or by telephone, so that the customer could call when they get nearby, pull into a designated spot, and have the store owner walk out the item to them, and hopefully expedite things that way and make it a little bit easier for the stores. We've also talked about some stores would like to have coffee set up of some sort, and of course that involves health department, depending on exactly what they want to do. So we're looking for some guidance from them as to what we can do. And of course, outside dining would be the same thing. We're going to need some guidance from the health department, exactly what we can do there. But anything that we can do to help out there, we certainly would want to do that. So those are all positives. And again, stores have been talking about maybe some tables and chairs outside somewhere that doesn't block the sidewalk, so that customers waiting to get in the store, when that's possible, would be able to sit and relax a little bit, waiting for their turn to get into the store. So these are all good things. And again, just to remind everybody, when it does happen, when stores do open up, of course, you're going to have to wear the masks. We all know that, so be prepared for that. And a lot of these stores are already made plans to have hand sanitizer and that stuff available when they go in. So those are all good positives, and I think that we're on track to hopefully get things started again. And with that, I'll let Deputy Mayor Borsak tell you about what's going on with the new test site.
All right, well,
Yes.
that sounds good, Barbara. So what we got going there?
Well, Friday we opened the new test site in East Hampton. It was very successful. So I want to encourage people, if they think they've been exposed to COVID-19, if they have any symptoms, if they're a frontline worker, first responder, essential worker, those people, to call the number. I'll just remind you the number, 845-553-8030, and they can call there, and they'll be screened by someone on the phone and given an appointment. This testing site will be open Wednesdays and Fridays in East Hampton. Of course, I think it's Tuesday and Thursday in Southampton. Wednesday and Friday in East Hampton, and they did over 60 tests on Friday, so it was a very successful day. I was there early, and people were already lined up for their 10 o'clock appointments.
Excellent.
They were there at 10 minutes to 10, so they were anxious to get their appointments in. So it's going very well. We're very excited to have it, and it's important for people to get tested if they feel they need to be tested. So that's the big news on the testing site. Please don't hesitate to call. Let me give you that number one more time, 845-553-8030, and please call if you think you might qualify to have this test done. We would like, and you don't have to worry about the payment. Your insurance will cover it if you have insurance. If you're not insured, the East Hampton Healthcare Foundation is underwriting it for people who are uninsured or underinsured. So they will be available to anybody who needs them with no cost. So that's very important to know as well.
All right, that's great. That's quite a few people for the first time out on
great.
that. That's very
Yes.
excellent. So-
Yeah, that's excellent. And with that in mind, if anybody's just thinking about making a donation, it would be great to make it to the East Hampton Healthcare Foundation
Yes.
to help with this underwriting. And I want to talk about beaches now, because I know everybody's concerned about that with the weekend coming up. So our beaches are going to be open. Some of the lots will be closed. As the governor says, we want to try to keep it to 50% capacity. We'll see how that goes. Our food concession will be open. There's a governor's order that says concessions should not be open in parks and beaches, but we're trying to get some clarification on that. We're along with the other towns and villages around here, are interpreting that to mean that if they sell other items like beach items, towels, chairs, that sort of thing, that they're not allowed to sell those, but that the food concession can be open since it is takeout, and we're allowing takeout at the restaurants. So we are looking for definite guidance on that, but until we find out anything different, we're going to allow our food concession open because they have ordered food and everything already. So we think that that's the right thing to do. Also, our bathrooms will be open, but if we start to get overwhelmed and we need to close those for cleaning or whatever, then that will be the case. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're not issuing any daily passes, and so no daily parking passes. We will honor, if you haven't got your resident permit yet, we will honor last year's permits for another 2 weeks until May 30th. So you'll still be able to park. But again, I would caution that once we become a 50% capacity, we may start to shut down some more lots. That'll be a thing that's, a decision made almost on an hourly basis. So we'll see how that goes. But I think that things will go well. And as long as we maintain social distance, wear a mask where appropriate, and we'll have some masks that we can hand out if people don't have one, and we'll have some hand sanitizers available. So I think things will work out very well, and we're hoping that the weekend goes smoothly. Again, I want to caution that when you discard your masks and gloves, please discard them in a proper receptacle. We've had a continuing problem as far as that goes, and I'm hoping that at the end of the day we don't see gloves and masks all over our beaches. We certainly don't want that. So I want to remind people to please discard them properly when they're done with them at the end of the day. And I think that's about all I have. Barbara, do you have anything else?
I think the main message, especially for this coming weekend, is everybody should show lots of patience, lots of grace, be very unselfish.
Okay, yeah, right.
Remember, everybody's a little on edge over this whole thing. So
Yeah.
give everybody lots of space and be gracious to each other.
It'll be kind of like a dry run for the summer this
Exactly.
weekend. So we'll see how
So
it
we'll
is.
see. Yeah, this is the big weekend for us. We'll see exactly what the rest
What
of the
about
summer may
Memorial
be
Day
about.
with services are canceled, as we mentioned
They've
before?
all been canceled. That really was up to the Veterans Associations.
Yes, sir.
I let them make the call on that, and they decided that they wanted to cancel. So we had discussions, maybe some sort of a virtual ceremony or something like that, and it was their call to cancel. So that's exactly what we did.
All right, well, good seeing you, East Hampton Village Mayor Rick Lawler and Deputy Mayor Barbara Borsak. We'll see you on Thursday morning.
Absolutely.
Always a
Thanks for
pleasure.
having us.
Thank you,
Yep, you're
Gary.
quite welcome.